Oh my word, Morg has a day off. What in the world? Is that even allowed, Morg? Really? In our line of work? Are we allowed to have days off? Is that a thing? I don't think that's a thing. Oh, it's President's Day. Yay, in Canada. It's not. In America only. Yay, the rest of the world not having President's Day. Morg, what are your big plans for President's Day? Are you just chilling, watching some streams when it's a federal holiday? Yay for us. You just chilling at home, watching the peeps. It's too bad Mr. Brenny can't hang out. Brenny had a solid stream yesterday. Really enjoyed it. Morg, have you ever watched Mr. Brenny stream? Chilling, getting stuff done. So do you have any reporting you got to do for your placement? Do you have like paperwork you got to fill out and hand into your supervisor and all that kind of jazz? I say supervisor, your academic supervisor, right? Whoever's in charge of your placement. I know a lot of the interns that we use here have like tons of reporting and stuff that they've got to do as part of their... Really? That's awesome. So you just get to show up to work, enjoy your day, and go home. You don't really got to follow up with a lot of reporting. You have a site visit Friday, so your supervisor comes and sees you at site, basically, and says, yep, you're here, good job. Coming to watch you? That is the worst. I hate that. Oh my, to me, there's no, I mean, I would rather have my feet tickled for an hour with no control over the outcome than to have my supervisor sit and watch me. And trust me, I think having my feet tickled is like horror. I'd rather you poke me in the eye with a stick. You like your supervisor at least? I think that's one of the things that's really hard for a lot of folks is they don't necessarily agree or like their supervisor. Watch you. Okay, easy. Yeah, I mean, it really depends on the personality. I mean, for me, I'm confident in what I do. I just don't like being supervised. Yeah, I don't need you to look over my shoulder. You know, I guess you're still in the student phase. You have to kind of do it, but that's nice. I'm enjoying my first coffee of the day, and I'm loving life right now. This is my coffee mug. Has a big old American flag, tattered American flag, and then a bunch of where are we going? A bunch of Risk-A-Mer stickers all over it. For people that come in to Rise Above for the first time, and they see my coffee mug, they're like, they don't really understand. They just think I'm really into like old school wrestling or something. They see it, and they're like, "What the heck?" And then when I show them the studio, they're like, "Oh, it all makes sense now. I get it." It's so funny. Oh, you've worked with her before. Oh, that's nice. So she's like an OG friend. That's fun. Very fun indeed. Ugh. I'm going to be like uber tired through this whole stream today because I just came from the gym. Normally I either have gym time like at 5 a.m. or at 3:30. And today I went at 8:30. And I'm just literally leaving the gym, coming here, making coffee, and starting the stream. So I'm kind of like this coming off of the energy drink, you know. So that's why I got into the coffee right away so I don't totally crash. Otherwise, it's going to be yucky. Stream today? I think today the stream is just going to be, oh, guess what? What? Oh, guess what? 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 What am I guessing? Purple. Did I win? That was a joke in my house for the longest time. The answer to everything was purple. Don't ask. Oh, your wedding dress came in. Your first fitting on Thursday. Very nice. Very nice. Did you go with a traditional wedding dress, or are you going all fancy and like, what do they call those French designer people? Going all crazy. Are you a traditional white, or are you going with a color? I know the thing now is to go with, more colors in a lot of the dresses. This will be telling about who Morg really is, whether she's an OG, old-fashioned girl, or whether she's hip and trendy, shall we say. Very nice. Very nice. Do you think that the champagne I get, I mean, it'll help you stand out from the Arctic background, because everything's typically very white in the Arctic, right? So I guess if you went white, it would be, hard to see you. You'd kind of like be camouflaged. You're a mix between both. And I will not shut up. It's your joke. Remember that. We're just perpetuating. That's good. I'm excited for you. I know when my daughter was getting her fittings with my wife, and my daughter's wedding was crazy. Like, it all happened in like 5 weeks, literally everything. 5 weeks. Yep, getting married. Yep, got a venue. Yep, got a dress. Yep, got flowers. All this stuff. Boom, 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 boom. And my wife was just, poor Veronica was just going crazy, trying to get it all together, but she pulled it off, and it was, people say it was an amazing wedding. My only complaint, I think, would be I wish there was more dancing, in the sense of not me, because I hate dancing, but I just think for the people that attended, it would have been nice to have more. You've been engaged for 3 years. Wow. So did you guys grow up together? How'd that work? Have you guys known each other a long time, or was it one of those, hey, I met you at school and I'm in love? Met when you were 12. Holy crap. So that means you're only 15? Wow, you're a little younger than I thought you were, Morg, especially with a master's degree. Surprised they let you do that. Well, good for you. My daughter's 24. I got a kid older than you. Blech. I was just talking to the guy that I hang around with the most in life and at the gym and stuff. Is 28. He's just a young kid, and we were sitting at the gym today, and he's talking about how he's trying to catch up to me and blah blah blah. And I said, "You realize I'm like 15 years older than you?" And he says, "Actually, I think it's more." And I said, "How old are you again?" Because for some reason I keep thinking he's 30. He says, "Oh, I'm 28." I said, "Yeah." I said, "That's 17 years older than you." I'm an old fart. It sucks. Because he's 28. He's complaining. Okay, boomer. Yeah, I know. Here he is. He's complaining that he's starting to feel the aches and pains of getting old. I'm like, shut up, guy. You don't even know right now. The challenges. God. Oh, hey, what's up, Emily? Fancy seeing you here. How goes it, bud? Long time no see, for sure. Today's just going to be a chill stream. I really don't have a topic. I just want to talk about life, because it's been a crazy couple of weeks for the old Risk Immersed, It's just, and it's not often I get to just sit and chat with you guys, and usually I want to come in with not an agenda, but just an idea of kind of stuff. And I think that my mind, I have to admit, it's been a frazzling couple of weeks. I just think that with where I'm at right now with the organization, and I figured I'd just kind of bring you guys up to speed a little bit, because some really cool things have been happening. My camera seems a little there. I want to be off center, but I want to be way off center, Just a little this way. No, that way. Yeah, that way. You're a Valentine from one of my students. You're the best teacher I could have, and you're sweeter than an apple. Yes. But I'm telling you, that's great. But if you put that you're sweeter than a Honeycrisp apple, that'd have been over the moon. You'd have been my favorite student right there. Number one possible. Yeah, it is very cute, Morg. My wife and I were just talking about this last night. We've had, in the past, I'd say 3 or 4 weeks, we have had let me back up one step. Normally, parents in the community we know that they love us, but we don't hear it a lot. I mean, that's just normal, right? They love that you're there. They love what you're doing. It's just the world that we live in. It's rare that someone comes along and just gives you a hug and says, man, I can't tell you how much I appreciate what you're doing for us and for our family and for our community or whatever the case is. And for some reason, the past month and a half, 6 weeks has been it's been really encouraging. I mean, even one of our teachers recently, because we do quarterly reports, our teachers and our staff do. In the final paragraph of our, I won't read it because I don't have her permission to do so, but one of our staff, our amazing teachers, put in her report just how appreciated she feels and how encouraged she is in the environment. And I mean, we expect to hear that from our students, but the fact that we're hearing it from our staff is, it's as leaders in the organization, my wife and I, and Nick, whom you all know and love. It's just great to know that our staff feel it as well. I believe for the most part, I won't speak. She doesn't necessarily speak for all of the staff, but for herself, I'm glad that she feels encouraged and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, oh boy, what have we been up to? What have I been up to? Because I mean, we missed last Monday. Last Monday was, I don't even know. Let me pull up my calendar real quick. What was last Monday? Because that's kind of my life. My other staff. You giving them permission, Morg, to call me a boomer? Is that what you're doing right now? Because I don't know. You and I may need to have a conversation sidebar if this continues. This behavior, Morg. You got the finger wave. Unacceptable. So what was last Monday that I was... I love that. I love that emote from Waffle. That's one of my faves. Mao's emotes. We have, a lot of the streamers we follow have some just wicked emotes. Happy Family Day, MLA. Family Day, is that are you Canadian, MLA? Because Family Day, that's a Canadian thing, isn't it? Seriously, you Canadian? Dude? Yeah, where are you from? Why am I guessing? I knew this. Are you West Coast or are you in the Toronto area? For some reason, I thought you were in the Toronto area. Now that this is all coming back to me. Yeah, Toronto. I thought so. Yeah. See, it's President's Day here in the States. Yeah, happy Family Day, bro. I completely forgot about that. Oh, your birthday's on Canada Day? Fancy. You're practically family. You fit in with the other 12 of the other Canadians that I know. I mean, there's only 14 people in Canada anyways, right? We have to know each other because only one guy's got a fridge. So we got to, we all got to borrow his freezer, put our caribou meat in. MLA, you knew I was from Toronto. That's where I moved from, was Toronto, Bowmanville, actually. I don't know if you knew that or not. I'm sure you did. Doxed. I'm not there anymore. I'm not in Canada. Yay. Yeah, Bowmanville's a nice little town. It's crazy. Blew up from the time that the time that we moved there until we moved out. I mean, it literally doubled in size. We bought our little townhouse for, I want to say $113,000. We just looked online the other day, someone that owned our townhouse after us, and they didn't change anything. Like literally had all the same crappy kitchen, all this sort of stuff. We bought it for 113. We sold it for, I think, 200. They just sold it for Nappy, what's going on? It doubled because I left. Yeah, anyways, my townhouse just sold for over $300,000. My little crappy townhouse. It's crazy. How you doing, Nappy? How's your weekend, bro? I was hopscotching trying to catch up to you on all the streams because I was watching you, all the people you were watching this weekend, Nappy. And I was like trying to catch you. And every time I'd go into a stream somewhere, you'd be gone. I was like, crap, I missed him again. And so I'd see that, okay, now you're here. And I'd go and I'd follow you there. And I finally caught you. One stream you went into. Always looking for a way to catch up to my Nappy and see how my brother's doing. Not great. How's mom doing? She all right? Not too great. Is she at home still, Nappy, or is she in care, like full-time care? Because I know that you said you were helping taking care of mom, so I'm just like. What's up, Exist? How are you, buddy? How are things going, Mr. Exist? I know I should say I exist, but I'm all about the short forms. I've been great, by the way. Crazy busy, and that's kind of what the stream is about today, is just bringing things up to speed and catching up with you all, because sometimes I miss getting, just chatting with you guys. So she's in a senior community but has her own apartment. That's nice. At least she's got someone checking in regularly, right? Meh. Exist is good. Thanks. Appreciate your offering of short forms. Yeah, at least she's still independent, but still has some nursing abilities. Some good friends of mine are kind of in that same setting. They love it. I don't know that they don't have necessarily a lot of the health problems that your mom necessarily is facing. I don't profess to know everything she's facing, but anyways, brother, know that I continually pray for you and your family, and I'm thankful that you're a part of my community. But you talking to me, Exist? Have I been able to move rooms yet? Because we talk about moving rooms, brother. We're moving rooms. You should see what's going on here at Rise Above, and that's part of why I've been going crazy. Yeah, so a little update then. Let's just get into it. Let's start talking about it. So don't choke on your coffee doing it though. Coffee's a killer. Sure, it's just coffee in here. Well, yeah, so let's back up a couple steps. So one of the exciting things that's happened, and some of you already know because I've kind of spilled the beans in a couple other streams. Catch that rhyme, spilled the beans, a couple other streams, wiggity whack. We got a huge grant, $150,000 grant, specifically to start doing construction and destruction on some of these rooms. I think I got some pictures on my phone here. Yay, indeed. Yeah, it's freaking amazing. I'm super excited. And you know what's crazy from a grant standpoint? Let's talk about grants for a second before we get into the whole meat and potatoes. So typically, Morg, you may actually get into these at some point if you want to do special things with your programs and whatnot. And I suggest doing it because there's a lot of organizations that want to get grants from people like yourself that are doing a lot of this stuff, especially what you're doing with speech pathology. It'd just be so easy. I wish I had your expertise. So typically when you write a grant, it's like this year-long process. You write it in May because there's grant seasons coming up here in the spring. Morg, I would hire you in a second, and I've said this to you before. Don't ever tempt me. So grant season comes along. You write this grant, and typically for like even just a little $5,000 grant, $10,000 grant, you got to fill out this like ridiculous amount of paperwork. It literally takes you hours and hours, not only to fill out the basic information of what they want, but then you have to you got to like write this narrative, and you got to tell this big story about how great you are and pat yourself on the back and say, oh, look at us, we're amazing. And then you've got to explain what the need is, and then you've got to tell them how you're going to use their funds in this very effective way. And in my mind's eye, and I fight with our funders in our community in saying, stop giving out these little piddly grants that you expect me to put 30 hours of my time in writing this grant. And I don't want to hurt myself in my chances, but there's a reality to funders when they say for $5,000, we want you to put in 10 hours of work to write a grant. when you talk about effectiveness of dollars, and when you talk about having your organization use your funding that you're going to give them, the $5,000, whatever it is that you're going to give them, in a way that is effective and is not wasteful, to me, asking a prospective donee, I should say, someone receiving the funds, to spend 10 hours or more writing a grant for $5,000 is a colossal waste of your resources as a funder. Now, this $150,000 grant, if someone said to me, Neil, you need to spend 10, 15, 20 hours writing this grant, that kind of makes sense because the resource is bigger. Therefore, there's a lot more entrusted to you, and you've got to do, you know what was crazy? This funder wanted no more than 2 pages written. There was no format. There were a couple of basic questions that they wanted. What are you going to use the money for? Tell me in a nutshell what you do. Don't bore me with details. For $150,000. I have another friend of mine. He's actually become a friend of mine, but he's has a large foundation in town. And he's the same way. No more than a page and a half. If it's more than a page and a half, I ain't going to look at it. I don't want to waste my time reading 4,000 grant applications that are 14 pages long. And this is a guy that gives $30,000, $40,000, $500,000. He just gave an organization a couple years ago $800,000 for a page and a half. That's the way it should be done. Because you want the organizations you're giving money to focus on doing the thing that you want to give money to. You don't want them to spend hours and hours and hours writing all of these grants because you got to write them different for all these organizations, for all these funders. So anyways, this $150,000 was literally, I went to church one day. A friend of mine's mom had passed away. Good Canadian boy, I should say, mom had passed away. So I went there to honor her and her mom. While I was there, I happened to bump into my lawyer. And while I'm talking to my lawyer, he asked me if I'd ever heard of this particular foundation. And I said, yeah, actually I have. I'd applied a couple years ago and not gotten any traction. I spoke to one of the directors and he gave positive feedback and said, yeah, you're a fit, apply. So I go through all the hours of putting together this big, huge package for them because he really didn't give me any direction about, what to submit. I submit it and I literally never heard anything back. Not unusual, not a big deal. I don't chase grants. I don't chase donors. So I just left it alone. That was over 2 years ago. So I bump into my lawyer at this funeral. My lawyer says, hey, how you doing? We catch up a little bit. And he says, hey, you heard of this foundation? I said, yes, I have. I applied. And he says to me, just so you know, I'm now the lawyer for this foundation. He doesn't have any say in who gets grants or anything like that, but he takes care of the back end of the foundation legally. And he says, you really should apply. Things exist. And so I said, okay. He says, how much do you think you'd be applying for? And I said, honestly, I'd love to apply for like $300,000 over a couple of years. I said, but really, if we got a grant for $150,000, and he just, that sounds reasonable. You really should try. That sounds like something that I think that they would, come alongside you with. So I said, okay, I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go. He gave me the name of one of the directors who sits on the board and who's a voting member, right? Called the guy, had a chat with him, went for lunch with him, and he said, yeah, apply. So I did, applied. That was 5 weeks ago. It wasn't months. It was totally broke the mold. It was just this weird, but it was like, to me, it was this feeling of, yeah, this is the way it should be done, So anyways, we get this grant. And so one of the amazing things about this grant, so I have a mentor, amazing guy by the name of Joe, that I meet every Monday with. And I have that meeting right before I stream every Monday. And a couple weeks before we got this grant, we were talking about how Rise Above, we have a waiting list right now. Kids are waiting to get in because we're full. And that's one of the realities of running a smaller program like we do is sometimes we get into a situation where we're at capacity. And he says, how are things going? I said, we're full. And he says, well, how's construction going? Are you getting close to being done? And I said, we haven't even started. I said, I haven't gotten a grant yet to start this construction. And without hesitation, he says, I think you need to start the construction, on faith, knowing that people love you and that, as an organization, you have been honored continually with funding and whatnot. He says, I really think you should start. And I'm like, are you sure? And this guy's also been a donor of ours in the past, quite a large donor. And he said, I'm telling you now, I'm not going to fund you for this project, but he says, I really think that you should do this. So I said, okay, I trust you. If you say that, because money is my stressor. It's the thing that really gets me stressed out and if anything's going to knock me on my butt, it's going to be that. Anyways, long story short, I trust him. So I'm like, yep, okay, I'm doing it. I will literally start construction as soon as we're done this meeting. I will go and I'll make it happen. So we did. That was Monday. Thursday, we had guys in here doing construction, tearing walls out and stuff. So that was last Thursday. No, 2 Thursdays ago now. Let me see if I can pull up some pictures. Show you kind of what we've been up to. Where's my stoof? And we found this is a really old building, and we found some old stuff in the walls, and it's been kind of cool. Oh, here we go. So this was kind of the start of some of the construction. I don't know how well this will show on stream, but you can kind of see the reinforced walls a little bit there. Because these are old holding cells. These are like prison holding cells. You can see all the glue on the wall from the paneling, the ugly paneling that was on them and all that kind of jazz. And so these guys have done some work. Let me see if I have it on my phone. Actually, you know what I can do? Ooh, I have an even better way of doing this. Work. Indeed work. Let me see here. Yeah, bare hands. Boom! Punch right through it, Nappy. I don't take nobody's business. You don't want to mess with old risk immersion. Fix you right up. Here we go. So let me see if I can switch screens here. Hold on a second. MLA, it's super exciting, bro. You don't even begin to understand how excited I am. So here's some pictures of what we're doing. So you can kind of see where we started. And right here is that wall that was kind of like half broken out I just showed you on my phone. So they've knocked all of this stuff out. And it's going to be, so this is, let me see if I can orientate you a little bit here. So looking to the left of this is this next picture here. And this is the room over here. You can see the one box behind the ladder. That's a new ping pong table and some ceiling tiles and whatnot. But this is looking down the hallway. So this will be an L shape. On the right-hand side will be a kitchen. And then as you come around, in the two pictures I just showed you, will be what we're calling the family room, where there'll be like a bunch of couches, TVs, an entertainment space where you're going to have like, hopefully, a nice surround sound system, which we already have here at Rise Above. So I'm debating whether I want to put a projection system in or just a TV or something to that effect. And this is where the kitchen's going to go. So along the one wall here will be like all the cabinetry and counters and all that kind of jazz. And then on this back wall, in this area here, is going to go like a stove. What's up, Steph? Glad you could make it, kiddo. Happy President's Day. And then this area here is going to go like a stove. And like we have someone donated a big double stove. It's actually really nice, stainless steel. Yeah. And then right in front here where this has got to get removed, this heater. That's why the piece of wall is still behind it, because it's supporting that. So there'll be a big island that goes in the middle here that we're going to use, because right now we use like two kitchen tables kind of stuck together, just like IKEA table type things. And so the island it'll be awesome to get us all together and look a lot less janky, so to speak. Morgan, thank you for the 100 bits, kiddo. Appreciate that. I'm going to talk about donations as well. We've had some phenomenal support recently. Kelt Brenny especially, and Dingle has done some stuff, and others. It's been really cool to see some of the responses, especially with the Amazon thing. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, so the goal with this, and here you can kind of see this room is huge. So this is, I want to say 40 feet long by 23 plus feet wide. It's quite a substantial space. So when we get right into it, and start to finish the space. So we obviously still have to put drywall up and put a ceiling and all that kind of stuff. Morg, stop it. You got to pay for school, kiddo.
Oh my God. What a great day.
Thank you very much for the 300 bits, Morg. Appreciate you. You're only 200 bits away from 25 push-ups, might I say.
Thanks, dude. Oh my God.
Yeah, so a lot of work. You'll see this duct work, that's got to come out. This is going to be a big wide open space here. This is partly where the island's going to go. Morg Grant, yay. Morg, you got 500 bits in there. I owe you 25 push-ups, kiddo. As soon as I'm done here, we'll show that. But yeah, so this is hugely exciting for us because there's also so this will change the whole flow of Rise Above and how our students come and go, and what will happen day to day. So right now at lunchtime, what happens is our staff and our students kind of divide and conquer. So when we have lunch, kids want to sit and have lunch, and then inevitably half of them will say, "Oh, I want to go play pool," or "I want to go do this," or "I want to go play the Wii or basketball," or whatever the case is. So then half the staff got to go upstairs and do this one thing, and then half stay downstairs in the lunchroom, and it's just kind of like chaos. It's not chaos, but it's not the way it should be. We want to stay together, right? Because we're a family. And so what this space will do is it'll put both the game room and the lunchroom, right, together, creating what I'm calling a family space, a family room, where we stay together. And even if someone says, "Hey, I want to go outside because it's nice outside and play basketball," all of these windows in the back here and in the kitchen all face where they play basketball and football, because we have a couple of acres in. So if you look down the hallway here into this window, that faces a baseball diamond and a football area, soccer area, and everything else that we have in the back of our facility, as well as a beautiful 5-acre bush that we have back there. It's just awesome. And then to the right of this, out the kitchen windows, is where our basketball court is. And we also have this really cool fire pit that we built a couple of years ago, where we actually teach the kids how to make a campfire and do s'mores and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun. And I don't mean make a campfire in the sense of, crinkle some paper, light it with a lighter. Like I went and bought a bunch of flint and steel, so they actually have to make it, like make a fire. It's super awesome. We have a lot of fun with it. So let's see what else. What else has been happening at Rise Above? This is Valentine's Day at Rise Above. This is us messing around with one of our students. What else? This is at the Y. This is Eddie. Eddie's been on stream before, and this is just a funny picture of Eddie. Seems legit. Totally legit. Eddie Morg, you remember Eddie? Yes, Eddie's with us, and he's having a blast. This is all the kids at the YMCA having a great old time. And then we also volunteer our time. So this is at one of the resale depot in town. It's like a secondhand store that donates a lot of money back into the community. They don't keep it for themselves, so they all found vests and dressed up in their vests. This is Mrs. C, our teacher here. She's phenomenal. We love her to death. But yeah, this is our other teacher, Mrs. R, and this is all the kids sorting stuff out and whatnot at the depot. Anyways, I owe Morg some push-ups. Let's see if we can go to Dono Cam here and give you 25 push-ups. And again, I gotta change this because Monday is arms and chest for me. So it's rough. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be rough pounding out 25 right now. If I had to Morg Grant, yay! If I had to pound out 50, I don't know what I would do right now. Thankfully, Morg only did the 500 bits. Okay, here we go. Dono Cam. I should call it old man cam. I don't know if you heard me, I should call it old man cam. Every one of those push-ups, my elbow cracked. I think I did 27, a couple bonus ones for Morg, you know. You can't just give Morg 25. You got to give her a couple extra. 'Cause that's kind of stream we are. Get her done. I thought that, come on now, be gentle with me. I'm fragile. I thought that was every cam. Come on. So anyways, we get this amazing grant, and all this construction starts, and everything's dusty. It's horrible downstairs. You should see the floors downstairs. Thankfully, not in the big area. Hey, Morg, one thing before I forget.
More like ripped immersed.
Always. This guy. So yeah, it's just, and I hate dust. I hate, you know, I'm not like OCD, but I really want, I want my place clean. And it's just that drywall and that cement dust is just everywhere. It's just, bleh. I hate it. Yeah, so the next step is we've got some quotes for drywall and the ceilings, and then we got to do electrical, and then we got to do flooring, blah, 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 blah. You just playing some Paladins there, Steph? Nice. Play that a lot? Do you play it a lot? Do you really? It's been pretty fun. So I'm doing two things at once here, and I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. Yep. Yeah, so what else has been going on at Rise Above? So we, well, let me tell you. Just this past Sunday, as a matter of fact, I know our local, well, not local, our state, federal congressman personally, and I know our state senator very well as well, if I can say those words together twice. And happens to go to my church. So I saw him on this past Sunday, and I know that he had been praying for this larger grant for Rise Above, and so I just went and I said, "Hey, dude, just so you know," and I didn't call him dude because I just don't address my state senator that way. But I said, "Hey, Mike, just want to update you. Hey, I know that you were praying for Rise Above and this grant, and you know how dramatic a change it would bring about to our organization. Just want to let you know we got it." And he was like blown away, like to tears, like super excited for us. And he's just a solid guy. Anyways, long story short, Mr. Dude, yeah, Mr. Senator Dude. We got talking a little bit about, you know, what's going on with Grand Rapids and how come we haven't launched yet, and talked about your dudeship. Talked about kind of the struggles with finding a location, really. You know, the challenge with finding a location when you don't live in the area. You don't know anybody. You don't know... because I can't stress enough how important the work that we do is, like, uber dependent on the relationships that I have. We're successful here in our community because I know everybody. I literally know, or everyone knows us at least. And when we talk to people about our work, they're just like, "Yep, no problem here. Let's help you. Let's get you this. Let's do that." You know, whatever the case may be. And when it comes to Grand Rapids, at the moment, I don't have those connections. And so in talking to Mike a little bit, he's like, "I'm going to get my people on this. We're going to, you know, I'm going to push this out to my network of people, and we're going to get you a building." He says, I know all the movers and shakers, so to speak, and we'll make it happen. I was just like, I'll admit I was a little intimidated by that statement, because I know who he knows. And one of the things for me that I am very respectful of is when somebody offers their relationships to me. So let's talk about this for a second. And we've talked about this on stream before. It's just, so Rise Above has 4 pillars of relationship that we talk about and utilize all of the time. You know, the idea of relationships are unique, relationships endure, We believe that relationships should come first. And the one that I'm talking about here with Mike is that we believe we should share our relationships. But we know that when we share our relationships comes a lot of expectations. And so, but not everybody has the expectations. I want to put that out front. But some people, when they share a relationship, expect you to act and perform a very certain way. Mike is not that guy. He just wants us to be us, and he knows whoever I get to meet will love us for that, right? Because I mean, for just as a backup here, let's understand this for a second type moment. That's how Rise Above was formed. So when I was in university here getting my degree, in my senior year, when we had the epiphany of Rise Above, when this was laid on our hearts to start, I went to the president of the university that I was at just to pick his brain because I respected him. We kind of knew each other a little bit, just because I'm an older student, and yeah, you get to know staff differently at universities that way. And so I just, hey, I got a question for you. I want to bounce this idea off you. And I've told the story on stream before, but I'm just for those of you that haven't heard it. And in that meeting, he said, "Oh my gosh, I love this. I'm in. Who do I need to introduce you to?" And that for me was the realization that that's how this is done. Is by this sharing of relationship thing where I'm going to get to the point of launching Rise Above and now expanding Rise Above because someone like President Ellis is like, hey, I'm going to introduce you to the next person that you need to meet that's going to get you there. And for Rise Above just to launch, it was, hey, I'm going to introduce you to a couple of superintendents that I know personally. I went to school with them, and hey, we're going to make this happen. And so now here we are with Rise Above Grand Rapids, and I have Mike saying, hey, I'm going to introduce some people, and we're going to make this happen. In my heart, I'm like, hey, C, what's up, buddy? Thanks for checking in. Appreciate you, bro. In my heart, I'm like, oh my gosh, I know what that means. The last person that said to me, hey, we're going to make this happen, I mean, they're for real. Like it's happening. And I know Mike's a doer. Like he's the type of guy that says when he says he's going to do something, it's happening. We're moving down a road that is just like, we need to be ready to do this next big step. Because within a short period of time, a month or two, I know that somebody's going to step into our lives here that's just going to be like, yeah, I have this space. You guys can use it. Let's make this happen. So I just know that my life is about to change again very dramatically in some pretty substantial ways. How you doing today, Seaweed? How you been, bro? I tried to, you and Nappy both, I kind of trailed around a couple of streams the other day, and I was trying to catch you and just to say hi. And I kept missing you guys both. I finally caught Nappy, but I missed you. I forget what stream I saw you in. I do that. I try and chase my friends around. I'm kind of a creep that way. Ah, that's why. We didn't miss much from the stream last week because I didn't stream last week. That's kind of what the stream is about today. It's just been crazy. Oh, that's what it was. That's what I saw. Yeah. But yeah, so Rise Above is about to, not only are we expanding the building here, I mean, there's a very serious conversation now happening about our expansion out to the west side of the state here. So it's about to become crazy. Yeah, some cool news. We got a large $150,000 grant, and we're completely demoing our main floor, the back of our building, and we're going to add some amazing new spaces to Rise Above and to what we're doing. So just to put it into perspective, usually I am successful in getting. So in the 5 years we've been doing this, I'm usually successful in getting between $30,000 and $80,000 in grants a year. To put it into perspective. Since September 1 of this year, I have gotten just under $350,000 in grants in the past 6 months, call it. And I still have multiple grants out that have yet to come back in. That probably total another $100,000. for the organization in what we're doing. So we're super excited for this coming year in the possibilities that we have. It is great work, and I'd love to say, hey, we wrote a grant and we were successful, but these grants are successful because of the staff and what they're doing and the work that these kids are putting in. You do have to write them. I'm not going to lie. There's some work in that. But one of the cool things with the grants, a lot of the grants we've written, and you see AT&T as one of the stream sponsors. When I wrote that grant with them, they actually, and I don't know if I should say this on stream or not, but they actually wrote the grant with me, where I sent the lady like proofs of the grant ahead of time, and then she submitted it. So we kind of went back and forth, and she's like, no, tweak this. It doesn't sound right. Or, hey, you really need to include this element or whatever the case is. So she was doing her best to kind of guarantee that grant. And that was a $20,000 grant. That was a sizable grant for us. So, but one of the other cool things I want to talk about is you guys may see occasionally now Stream Elements pop up this thing that says, hey, you want to donate in a new way. We have added an Amazon wish list to the stream, because one of the things that I hear time and time again is, hey, you know what, I love giving bits like Morg did today. Thank you, Morg, for the 500 bits. Or, hey, I love being a sub, or I love sending you money in PayPal, but really I want to do something different. Can I, like Dingle did, I'd love to throw an ice cream party for you guys. And Dingle did. He gave us the money, and we did an ice cream party. But what also came out of that was this, and I still have the thing here, we started an Amazon wish list, and Dingleberry McGee actually bought some items from our Amazon wish list for our student, because what we're realizing more and more is that you guys, you want to help. You want to buy hats and mitts like Batman and others wanted to do for our students this year. And others saying, hey, I heard you got a clothes pantry going in, because that's another thing we're building here. Somebody's donating a boutique clothes pantry for us. It's going to be amazing, and I'll make sure I post pictures when we're done. And Amazon is my lifeblood too. I spend for the organization over $30,000 a year on Amazon. If Amazon doesn't love me, I don't know who does. And so what we've done is we've put together this Amazon wish list now with items ranging from several $100s all the way down to a $3 package of socks, so that people can contribute in a different way. Because I heard early on in the stream, people love when I say, hey, you know what, your $10 donation bought breakfast for kids for 2 days. And people really responded to that. So I was asked to start this Amazon wish list, and so here we go. And we've had some early responses. And one of the things that happened just recently was Kelt Brenny, which if any of you don't follow Kelt Brenny, go drop him a follow for me. Solid streamer. He streamed all day yesterday. It was just, he's an absolute hoot. Really engaging to his audience, pays attention to what he's up to in his chat area and whatnot. But Kelt Brenny said, hey, you know what? I have this Amazon gift card thing that I got from work for doing nothing, basically. Can I buy you something? And I said, yeah, whatever. Just have a look at the list and whatever you think you want to do. And so Kelt Brenny puts out this idea of buying these towels. I think I got a picture. Our teachers are already using them in the classroom. So we also put a laundry room in. There's a picture of our laundry room going in. We had some dudes come in and give us a hand installing that. Let's see if I can find a picture of these. Oh, and here's the ice cream party from Dingle. This is me eating my ice cream at my office. Let's see. Oh, here's some of the stuff we found. I'll come back to that. Oh, so this is a classroom, and right there on the shelf, that thing right there, is a tablet. And Mr. Brenny bought 3 of these for Rise Above. Focus, camera. Come on now. You can do it. There you go. He bought 3 of these for Rise Above with this Amazon gift card that he had. And he says, it really didn't cost me anything. He said he chipped in a couple extra to get the 3rd one, but it was one of those things. And so what it does, it's a tablet It doesn't have like apps and all that stuff on it, but what it allows you to do, instead of having pen and paper that you got to carry around, oh, where's my pen? Whatever the case is, it's a tablet that you write on, and then it has like a home button that you press, and it clears it when you're done. It's phenomenal for like math and things of that nature, where, hey, I just need to show you the sequence of things or whatever the case is. It's just wicked. And he got 3 of them for us. And it was, so when you talk about having an impact on an organization, you don't have to spend millions of dollars. There are simple ways that you guys can do that. So much like Morg's 500 bits. I mean, that's super easy. What are you saying here, Morg? I know for the university and school I'm at, I have closed pantry as well, in the basic necessities pantry, personal care items. Yeah. So, I mean, pardon me, that's something that we will be adding once the pantry's built, is a lot of things like deodorants and toothpaste and toothbrushes and those sorts of things. We could probably throw it in there now, but that's huge for us. So we have the relationship. I showed you on the Facebook page there, the resale depot here in our community. And we're going to partner with them once we get going, where the students are actually going to go shopping. We're going to give them a couple $100, and they're going to go pick the clothes to go in the pantry, so that we know that they're, the clothes that the kids would want to wear. And then we have the laundry room that just went in, and they'll come back, they'll wash the clothes, they'll fold the clothes, they'll stock the clothes pantry, and it'll be stuff that they want to do. You also have a program for those who fall below poverty in my area, and get a bag of food to take home the weekend. We do that with a lot of the elementary schools in our community, elementary and middle schools in our community, where 2 of the churches that I know well have programs where they, it's got a name. It's like a backpack program where the kids are given a backpack, and they have to bring it home after the weekend. But every Friday, Morg, it's filled full of like stuff to get them through the weekend, because we know a lot of these kids really only get their lunch and breakfast stuff while they're at Rise Above or at the school. So what we do is we fill these backpacks full of food, like exactly what you're saying, and the kids take it home, and it's got like all the granola bars and soups and all that kind of stuff that they can enjoy over the weekend as well, so they don't go hungry over the weekends. So yeah, I agree with you. It is really amazing. It's an opportunity for some kids to overcome some barriers that exist that they have no control over. That's the crazy thing, and that's why we do it specifically for elementary and middle school, is because they really have no control over what they can and can't do, whereas high schoolers have a bit more, input. But yeah, there are simple ways to impact people, and we're finding more and more with our students here. It's not necessarily what we give them. Yeah, the closed pantry is important. Yeah, breakfast is important, and all that kind of stuff. But we're finding more and more our students, and I have a student that actually just called me this week because he needs some community service hours, not because he got in trouble, for part of his graduation requirements for high school. They need the schools in this area, as a condition of graduation, force their students to do community service. I forget how many hours it is. I think it's 20 hours or something like that they've got to do their senior year. And one of our former students is graduating this year and needs to get his community service hours in. So he actually wants to come back to Rise Above. That big, bad, scary place he had to come when he was expelled. He wants to come and volunteer here as part of his graduation requirements. That speaks to me anyways, that speaks to what we're doing, the relational element. It's the kids appreciate the stuff, but the reality is they stick around. Our attendance rate is what it is because the students love to be here. It's not just because we play pool with them. It's not just because we're silly adults, which, for the most part we are. I'm a pretty serious dude sometimes, but I can be pretty silly when I need to be. And I believe that's where the kids come. They know that we're going to be brutally honest with them. And some of them need it. I'm a serious dude. Pool is fun. And so this is, okay, so I have to ask the question since Steph brought it up. Pool is fun. All of our students love pool. We have a pool table here. It's currently upstairs in our game room. The game room is going away. You saw it in the picture. I have a brand new ping pong table in the box. It's a professional, really good, high-end ping pong table. Two problems with ping pong table and a pool table. Ping pong is also awesome. Problem with both of these is they take up a massive amount of space. I'm thinking of removing the ping pong and pool table. Why, you ask? Let me see here. Let me see if I can pull it up. Hang with me. Because this is what I'm thinking. And you guys tell me now. Let's go back to the duo screen. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I want to turn the family room. So I want to have a movie theater-esque environment where I'm going to have like, I want to put, I'm thinking of getting some retired movie theater seats to put in there, get them re-padded and all that kind of jazz. And then on the other side where you would normally put a pool table or a ping pong table, which takes up a huge amount of space, I'm thinking putting a bunch of arcade games. Do I want to get like the old retro Mortal Kombat and, you know, Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man and Galaxia and like go old school and really have some fun? And like this one thing, like I remember these as a kid, you know, and it's got everything. It's got Dig Dug and, you know, I think to me, because they're $500, they're so cheap. I agree. Pool and ping pong are amazing. Right? So, Steph, I'm with you. Ping pong is amazing. But, and this is where someone can put in a big but. How awesome would it be to be able to go and play Mortal Kombat, old school Mortal Kombat, with your teacher, your counselor, executive director? You know what I mean? I think this would be so much better. And $400, $399. And I'm sure Best Buy's been good to us. Again, another sponsor of ours. If I went to Best Buy and said, hey, look, this is what we're doing, I'm sure I could probably get them even cheaper. Right? Yes, Gauntlet. Yeah, all those games. I agree, Seaweed. So you guys are with me, right? So MLA, that'd be lit. Yeah. Yeah, no worries. Take it easy, MLA. Good luck with the passport, buddy. Come visit, buddy. Come on down. So this is my thought. So, pool table, video games. See, but we're in a video game culture, though, right? Dingleberry, you love not getting notifications? Hey, I have notifications on. Dingle, I have notifications on for every streamer that I know and love. I have never gotten a notification. Never gotten a notification when one of my buddies has gone live. Never. And I've checked. My email doesn't have it as spam. Nothing. Everything's set to send me notifications. Never get them. Thank you, Google. You are amazing. So, Dingle, this is the question, buddy. Do I, in the new space that we're building downstairs, do I put the pool table from our game room and the basketball and foosball and all that jazz in? Or do I install a bunch of OG, old school? That's like the third time I've said OG today. Why do I keep saying OG? Stop it, Neil. Arcade games. What's up, Pickle? Speaking of OG, see, that's why you were on my mind. It was like a mating call. I was trying to bring you in, Mr. OG Pickle, and it worked. It's my OG mating call worked. Caca, caca. So OG, since you're here, you can be part of this conversation. Do I put the pool table or the ping pong table in? Because it's got to be one or the other. It won't fit both, the new space that we're building downstairs. Or, the pheromones are running heavy. Or do I make it an old school arcade? So, and again, the goal of, again, and you might have noticed when I went into my thing here, you see the old Pac-Man signs and all that kind of jazz. And I've even got the stools, the arcade stools and stuff. So this would all go on the, and these are LED, like LCD or whatever, not LED. So these would all go on the wall, lit up and all that kind of jazz, you know, with the video games. So I'm legit thinking of putting an old school arcade into this space. And then, let's see where, fun stuff with these, rise above construction, here it is here. So, and then this is the other thing that I'm thinking of doing to go with it. And you guys tell me, again, you guys tell me. I can't make it bigger. But if you can see that, so you know the racing seats like we have here, thinking of buying these, instead of putting normal tables and all that stuff in, putting this type of stuff in. The claw machine, so the company that you saw, I didn't actually show you. I have a company saved that has all that stuff. Let's see, is this it here? Yeah, this is it here. So they have all those like claw machines and all that kind of stuff. But these are, I mean, these are $2,000. These are really expensive machines. But again, you never know what happens when you call these places and you say, hey, right? Because the photo booth I thought about, but I thought, nah, no offense to our kids, but at some point that's going to get abused. Right? But yeah, so I need you guys to help me with ideas. I need to like, you could use the claw machine as a reward type thing. Like a kid reaches a goal and they get the ticket. Use the claw. Yeah, because there's claw machines that guarantee wins, right? Build your own. What do you mean, Seaweed? Build my own what? Yeah. And that was one of the questions with some of these multi-arcade things. I went online because there are some that you can get that you can actually add more games to later on. Right? Pardon me. So like the Miss Pac-Man and this is the one I'm really excited for because it's got all my fave games in it. Because it's got the Street Fighter and everything built into it, so I wouldn't have to get the other stand-up Street Fighter one, although... Yeah, anyways. So with some of these, you can actually get more games to add to it later on. So, because it's just, like you said, it's just an emulator. There's nothing really fancy about it. It's just, it looks cool, right? It's not just a typical box that you know, when you talk about me building it, I think I'd rather get one already pre-built and then add to it than... Because I'm a pretty busy dude. I don't got a whole lot of time to build stuff like this. So, Pac-Man is awesome. Agreed. And so we like the 2- and 4-person games. A lot of these obviously are 2 people type games. There are some on this other website, on this one here, that has some 4-person arcade games. They're $4,000 or $5,000, but you know, if you're just buying one, I guess you can kind of make it work. But our kids love watching competition happen. So if there's like Guitar Hero, for example, on the Wii, it's interactive in the sense that you have the two people playing, but you also have the room cheering you on and like getting excited for the winners and the losers and all that kind of stuff. So, and I see that kind of happening with this, the crowd gathering around, like, in the 70s when everyone would be at the arcade and kind of enjoying. But I just think I think OG hit it right on the head when he said the old school arcade would be sick. In my mind, I think that, I keep saying I think because I'm not 100% sure and I don't want to make a mistake because, I know the kids love pool. And this isn't terribly cost prohibitive. It's a one-time thing. And then the question is, do I go with these Best Buy cheaper versions or do I go all in, right, and look at some of these used machines? I can't buy anything with a gun for obvious reasons, like the shooting games, which I would love to buy a shooting game. But they have, the X-Men one. I think this one has like 3 or 4 players too. I think this is a 3 or 4 player one. This type of thing, you know what I mean? Where we can get a rock band set, drums, guitar, bass. You can have a few people play. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we thought about doing that with the Wii because you can do that with the Rock Band Guitar Hero, right? They have a drum set. They have all that stuff because our middle schoolers love Guitar Hero. Kids bring in their own guitars. Still, like it's I don't get it because I thought Wii was kind of old and outdated. Our kids still love it. They're bringing in. They're talking about how they're playing games on the weekend to get better for when they come into Rise Above, and yeah, it's just blows my mind. Another quick question: the mic's been good, guys. If you haven't noticed, we got new mics. So, yeah, I agree. Music is therapeutic. This is going to be a hard decision. I would so love to get like something like this. This would be freaking epic. Yeah, my daughter and I were big Guitar Hero people. That would be so. I mean, this would bring our entertainment level to a whole new level. Like the kids would be just. Because we're going to put a popcorn machine in. We're going to do all that kind of stuff. That's on the Amazon wish list type thing as well. You'll see, I think it was Andy was it Saturday? I think he said this past Saturday. He went on the Amazon wish list. Well, he was on stream. And he's like, what the heck's all this popcorn stuff doing on your Amazon wish list? I'm like, yeah, we're getting a popcorn machine. We do. So, Morg, we do a whole bunch of candy stuff already for the kids. My wife Veronica does an amazing job with all that stuff. Oh, thanks, Dingo, for letting me know the mics sound good, buddy. Yeah, and we have an Xbox. We have the Wii. So I mean, at some point, like right now, the Xbox isn't set up because it was in our what we call our life skills room, and it was getting abused a little bit in the sense that not that it was getting beat up, but it was just always in the way. So it was always getting moved, and I was afraid it was going to get broke, so I removed it and I put it back in the box. Blah blah blah. But if we have a designated space for it, which again, that's the goal with this new space, to have a designated room for all of all this stuff. Yeah. I just want to think outside the box, I just want to make this super exciting, and like I want the kids to walk in for the first time and go, holy crap, this is crazy. I want to have some fun with the paint on the walls. I want to make it really feel arcadey, and even if we don't put actual arcade games in it, I still want to make it feel like very like you've gone to the movie theater. Not a gymnasium-sized area. It's probably when it's done, Dingle, It'll probably be 40 by 25-ish. Yeah, the link gets pulled up, done on Stream Elements every 5 minutes or so. If you scroll up, it actually just ran a few minutes ago. I think the link works. Let me see if it pulls up. Yep, there it is. There's all the popcorn stuff I was just talking about. There's the machine. There's socks and blankets. A lot of our kids, we give blankets to. Yeah, that's a rough one. The fact that we give them blankets. So, yeah, we go through a lot of water bottles. We give all our kids water bottles and the usual stuff, pens, pencils, all that jazz. Yeah. And what else we got on there? A lot of this stuff's been purchased. I just went through this list. Going through this list right now, I just realized, holy crap, a lot of this stuff's been gotten. We've been blessed. We've had a lot of people already purchase a bunch of stuff off here, Dingle McGee, and help us out. So I should probably get back on there and talk to my staff and see what they really need. Oh, we have a huge parking lot. We already use our parking lot's already a full basketball court, Dingle. I was thinking of activities like one of those cool giant parachute things you can have everyone participating. Yeah, we don't have the parachute. We actually were just watching a video on something like that the other day. Exposed. Dingle's a great guy. Any guy that does the whole ice cream party for the kids thing is all right. Yeah. So we have some decisions to make. I suspect, I mean, we won't be at this phase in the build for probably February, March, April, May, probably May. By the time the kitchen and the flooring is in, because it's all connected. So if you put the stuff in too early, it's just gonna get all dusty and bleh. You don't want that. Yeah, we have. I mean. I'm going to put a new basketball backboard in this year because it's one of the old school kind of fiberglass ones. So I'm going to buy a glass NBA style backboard this year. I get them all the time, offers all the time through Amazon, super cheap, like half off. So have Dingo come dunk. Wait, you think the guy's like tall or something? He's probably only 5'4". He just pretends he's 6 something. Comes on stream. He sets his camera up. He's like this all the time. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm just so tall I don't fit in the camera. And then he just pretends, you know. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. We have an amazing. Thanks, Dingle. I jacked my camera all up because of you. Gosh. We have an amazing space outside that we can do just about, you name it, just about anything. We have a full soccer field, full baseball diamond. If a soccer field, it means we have a full football field as well. I have a fire pit that we built a couple years ago with benches all around it. What else? Actually, I think I could probably even show you kind of what I'm talking about with the whole Facebooks. Let's go to the Facebooks. Friends from Canada, yay. Yeah, it's a huge amounts of doors, Dingle. So Dingle, I don't know if you saw, but here's some of the pictures from the construction we're doing downstairs. But whole walls, like 2 of these big walls have been taken out. That's where the kitchen's going to go. This whole wall got taken out. This still has to get removed here, but yeah. There's the ping pong table still in the box. So let's go and see if I can show you a picture of the wait, where's the ice cream party? For sure. There's the ice cream party there. Look at ice cream. Nom, 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 nom. Here's the laundry room cabinets installed. It's them installing them. The wall's still, I got to get done down there. We're actually going to put, believe it or not, flooring on the wall. Here's my wife, pool shark. There's the pool table. Everyone loves the pool table. Apparently my wife's a complete pool shark when I'm not watching. Where's the... Yeah, we do. Here's some outdoor stuff we do with the kids. A lot of different outdoor stuff. I love the whole outdoor thing. Thought I had pictures of the fire pit, for crying out loud. I says, Oh, here it is here. I knew I had a picture of the fire pit. So this is the fire pit we put in last year. No, 2 years ago. And this is Will, our student success advisor, teaching the kids how to use flint and steel to start a fire. So, yeah, I mean, we try and do as many different things as possible with the kids. Yeah, tennis and golf and, yeah, you know, just to try and, yeah, just give access to as many different things as possible. Yeah, I think this is the AT&T grant here. Yeah, that's the AT&T grant. There's Eddie. Eddie! But yeah, I think the next big challenge for me is just this whole Grand Rapids thing. I'm kind of scared what Mike's going to do. You know, the whole opportunity that he's thinking of doing is really going to put us in the fast lane of next steps, and it really will change the trajectory of our program. So, want to become famous? Buy follows. Primes, yes. Gordy, you, sir, are banned. Thank you, Morg. You're amazing. And just for the record, Gordy, I'm already famous. Risk immersed. You know why?
Oh my god, he's jacked, dude.
That's why. I love it. Don't remove the ban. Totally banned. Always banned. Come in here and advertise. Duke stepped on my keyboard. That's awesome. That's so good. Get banned twice in one stream, nerd. Get wrecked. That's so good. That's so good. Dingle, you working today, buddy? You work so much, guy. Take a break. How's your computer build going? I cannot wait to see this new build. It's going to look so heckin' good. Oh, here's another one. Want to be famous juice. Oh, they're on the loose. Let's report all these nerds. Do you want to be famous? Report Gertie. Yeah, Gertie. Get lost, Gertie. I'm just going to throw the old hate speech in there. Get lost. Harassing. Yes, you are. Advertising. Submit. Get lost. You're off, thankfully. Ugh. What GPU did you end up going with? Did you go with an i9 or did you go with the whole Ryzen beast that I got there with the last machine? Oh, I thought you already built your friend's PC with the old parts. Or you're playing Fork Knife now? Well, if you got two people left, Steph, why are you in here? Go on, get. Someone got to throw soggy waffles. Go on, get. There you go. Get. Go on, get. Yeah, I think the next step for us really has to be this expansion thing. And I'm not talking expansion of this building and the whole arcade thing and blah, blah, blah. I think it really has to be the whole multi-site thing. And it scares the dickens out of me. I don't know if I could put one in Antarctica, though, Morg, so you're going to have to come closer. I'm not joking. I'd love to find out where you actually are and see whether this is possible. Because I'd love to get... We could really use someone with the skill set you're talking about, what you're doing and whatnot. I just really think that... having that skill set in a building like we got here would be just a phenomenal thing. And we don't, right now, currently, we don't have that expertise in our organization. And I'd love to. Oh, and one last thing I forgot to mention. What? It's a Ryzen 9. Yeah. The 2080 Super for the win. Yeah, that's wicked, guy. Is the Ryzen 9 what you got in your home computer too, Dingle? We have a program at my school where there's a check-in, check-out program for kids with behavioral issues. They come talk to me every morning and every afternoon. Morg meme. You're speaking my language. Tell me more. Steph, you died, didn't you? You got second place, Steph, didn't you? Come on, admit it. You got wrecked. And bring a folder where it encourages them to be respectful and responsible. Oh, dude. You need. We should probably more. I'd love to have a sidebar about what you guys are doing, and the success that you're finding with it. I gotta stop playing with my microphone because I can hear it. Nice. And what age group is that, Morg? I'm sorry, Steph. I was rooting for you, kiddo. But I'm also the guy in the background giggling that you got second place. I think maybe, Morg, what we should do is let you go for another month or so and bring you back on stream and talk about it. Pardon me, K through 5. Yeah. So K through 5 is the area that we end at 6. So you're in an age group that is younger than what we typically will work with. But I'm curious to see how you're finding the kids are responding to what you're doing. Rip Steph. That's so funny. I'm so sorry, Steph. Honestly, we're not laughing. None of us are laughing. Don't worry. Morg's job is awesome. So, Dingle, you got the R7 at work, R9 at home. You said you're using that in your gaming PC, though, or just, for your stream? Gotcha. Yeah, I'm curious to see where it lands you, though, Morg. That's the thing. Oh, so you don't have a dual PC setup that you're streaming and gaming off the same rig. See, I do the same thing. I have the i9 is what I use here for this stream, and then the rig that I'm running at home is the Ryzen. So I'm kind of testing the two rigs out. Yep, tears and snot. It's all about the tears and snot. Yep, that's a thing. We don't do marshmallows a whole lot around here, though. we did marshmallows one time. And it wasn't like a cooking marshmallows thing. Well, two times, because we did cook marshmallows one time on the fire pit outside. But we did a thing where you build kind of with toothpicks and marshmallows and all that kind of stuff. We did that once here. We found marshmallows everywhere for like weeks afterwards. And we're in a 105-year-old building, and the last thing I want to do is encourage mice. So we don't do the marshmallow thing in the building anymore. We don't have mice in the building, thankfully. We've, the odd one every year or so might pop around, but just because of the big field we have in the back where the soccer field and all that jazz is. Man, this R9 is too OP, running Tarkov on low and streaming 1080p. Yeah, the R9 is a wicked chip. Not gonna lie. I mean, to be honest, the i9 is the same. It's a wicked chip. Just depends how you run it, how you got it set up and stuff. But so I need votes, people. Do I pool table or ping pong? I got to get back to it because I was going to ask you for votes and I never got it. If you all had a choice and you were building this at your house, would you go pool table? Would you go ping pong table? Or would you go old school arcade? Dingle's all about the pool table. My wife, I think, is all about the pool table, too. You'd go arcade more. MLA would go arcade. I think I'm leaning towards arcade. Steph thinks arcade. Ooh. I just dominate a pool. That's my thing. Armo, hey, buddy. Thanks. Appreciate that. No. I can't have both, Dingle. No. So if it's a one or the other, and the issue is that the pool table and the ping pong table, because of the movement involved and the sticks and ping pong, you got to be able to really get around. So that for me is the rub there. I just don't want to put a pool table in or a ping pong because it's going to suck up literally 3/4 of this awesome space that we're going to put in, and I want to be able to put like these really comfy couches and chairs and make it really posh, you know what I mean? Read a little. I don't read. It's this thing. I'm a picture guy. That's why I got pictures up. Yeah, and I can't have both, Dingle, so all the things, Seaweed says. All the things. You can put a ping pong table on top of the pool table. My wife said that, but if you've... Remember, the challenge with that, Seaweed, is I work with at-risk teens. So the putting on and the taking off of that ping pong table is what is the rub, is what causes the problem. It will never be done gently. So that what will end up happening is the ping pong table will just get broken. Yeah, I give them sticks and paddles. I can fight off sticks and paddles. No, it's not an issue of them being violent or anything with it. It's just they're not gentle with stuff. So you got to have as few moving parts as possible. Oh, Steph, that's a wicked retribution. Die to his trap and then he dies to yours. That's awesome. Kids are not gentle. That is a correct statement. Arcades do wear out, but there's a couple of options that we could work with. So the arcade company that I showed earlier, do I still have it? Yeah, I do. These guys here, you can actually rent from them. So this could be an option too, where we could maybe for a year go ahead and say, hey, you know what? Here's $5,000, give us 4 machines for a year. And that way all the maintenance is theirs. And I'd love to implement a rewards. So Morg, this is where you had me thinking earlier. I'd love with the whole claw machine thing. I'd love to implement a system where the kids could earn tokens to play the video games. Where it's lunchtime and everyone just goes and picks a game real quick, because I can see them fighting over it a little bit. That's my one thing with this. You ever see one of those coin games where you put a couple of quarters in and then you play the game and then it pushes more coins to the edge and then some fall off? I can see it being that you get tokens for that machine. You put 2 or 3 in and then it pushes more to the edge, and whatever you get is what you get to play games with, So if you get 2 or 3, or if you get 10, then you get 10. So, yeah, just trying to think outside the box, create a little bit of, excitement to it, earn it at the same time as, yeah. Because one of the things I love to do is the whole grandpa thing, because now that I'm not dad in the building, I'm kind of like grandpa, is come up and I usually have gum in my pocket, like the old, that gum that you chew, it lasts for like 30 seconds, and you got to spit it out because it's garbage. It's got the wax wrapper on it. Anyways, I see me doing that with the coins, is coming up and saying to a kid that I walk into class and, say good morning to everybody, and I see kids behaving. I'd love to just walk up and here's, just slip them 2 tokens, good job, keep it up, and then you have that little smile that you get back and forth of like, yeah, thanks, Grandpa. It's our secret. So I don't know the whole Pinterest board thing. You'd have to talk to my wife. What do you mean I'm one of those people? If you're thinking what I'm thinking, heck yeah, I'm one of those people. What do you mean I'm one of those people? What does that mean? That I'm a cool guy? That I'm fun? Yeah. Heckin' yeah, I'm one of those people. Pinterest is for women. Seaweed? Correct statement. Well, me being a woman? Yes. You hate SMGs? Well, then don't use them, Steph. Use the pistol instead. So I want to think outside the box, because I don't want to do the standard thing with this space, right? I not only want to create a fun environment that the kids will utilize and challenge themselves at, because that's the thing. That's the thing with the pool table. Everyone says, well, the pool table is good because the kids can see themselves get better at it. They progress because they all start off really crappy. And then you teach them the basics of pool and how to hold the cue and how to aim and all that kind of jazz. And they get better over time because they're with us a year. And for whatever reason, they think you can't do that with video games. Well, we all know. I didn't notice this NBA one before. See, I think this would be, the kids would be all over this one. NBA Jam. I think the kids would be all over. And looks like you can get 4 people on this one. NBA Jam. Yeah, that game is the best. Yes, it is actually a really good game. So this is the thing. See, and they're all coin op, so it'd be one of those. You understand my dilemma now? You get it? Because this was the other thing. Do I go and get a one of these types of things? Because you can get foosball and this is what I originally started with right here. Where's it at? Right here. This is what I originally started looking at, was these dome hockey games. Now, this is the Canadian talking. So MLA, back a brother up, would you? Was getting one of these hockey games, because these are fun. Dome hockey's a blast. And I like the dome hockey because nothing goes flying all over the room. It's self-contained. It's, nothing gets broken. Yeah, now my mind's going a million miles an hour. This is one of my faves. As a kid, this was the game that I was like all over. We had one of the tabletop versions of it, you know what I mean? And these are, decently priced at $900. And again, this is a situation where that's the retail price, I'm sure, once we get talking to them and explain what it's for. Yeah. We spent a lot of time at the rink when I was a kid. Every town in the county I grew up in had a rink. So we have one of these right now already in our building. So I thought about putting one of these in. Replace the kind of, it's not crappy, but, well, that's pretty tiny. Because the other thing that this company can do is, like Chuck E. Cheese and all those places where you get tokens. So when you play the games, you get tokens depending on how far you get and whatnot. Because I think they got skeet ball is what it's called. Yeah, right here. These things. So they've got these as well. And if they dispense tokens, I was thinking that, after lunch, if the kids played the games, they earn the tokens to play. And then once they play, then they can come redeem whatever tokens they get or tickets they get with my wife to get like candy on top of the fact that they got to play a game. But again, the challenge with these is that they're large. They take up a lot of space. Risk rewards. There you go. I think that'd be fun. Yeah, I think it'd be fun. I just want to, like anything else that we do, I want to do it well, though. So if we can't, you got to figure out how to manage it in the context of our building and our staff and all that kind of jazz, right? So somebody would have to kind of be in charge of it. Yeah, I think of our kids and what they're into. Tokyo Drift. And do you go old school pinball games? Because here's the claw machines, Morg. This is what you were talking about. That was only the one picture. That's crap. I just don't know what I would fill this with. The only thing I could think would be to fill it full of candy. But even then, I don't know that that's... I don't know that that would be best for our kids. But let's pack them full of candy in midday. That's a great idea. Get them all sugared up. There's things that you don't want to do to middle schoolers that are in our program. Let's just say that is definitely a high on the list of things you don't want to do. Uh-huh. And you'd be getting that card in the mail. Toot sweet. For sure. Look at me. Well, I've got some decisions. We got some time. We'll talk about it again. Let it sink in a little bit. Ruminate on it. I just think for $500, if you got one, you know, one of these. Yeah. I just think that this is too easy to not get. Do a wicked, wicked entertainment system with the Xbox and the Wii in there. Throw one of these in the back where, you know, have a nice couple of these set up, you know, where the kids can kind of just sit and chill out, chat with each other. I just wish you could make the pictures bigger. I just think that would be fun. I just think the kids would walk into that and go, wow, this is like, I'm at Rise Above. This place is so cool. But Morg, I think you're onto something with the whole token, the risk rewards thing. Because my mind goes to, if a student doesn't have a good academic morning, I would never punish a student for having a bad social morning. But if a student doesn't have a good academic morning, I don't know that I would want to reward them by going to lunch. And what are your thoughts? If anyone's still here, what are your thoughts on that? You know, should we only make this a reward thing? I don't know. Yeah, it is a hard one. Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, I don't want it to feel like a punishment, right? Because we're not into the whole punishment thing. It's just, that's why they're here, because they're already punished up the yin yang, right? There's no sense in punishing kids more. But at the same time, I don't want to. Yeah, that's tough. You know what? And tell you, Mark, this is what it reminds me of. The feeling I get when I even have this conversation is the feeling I had when I was a kid, and it was lunchtime, and everybody was eating lunch except for me, because I didn't have food in the house. I didn't bring lunch to school, and that's the feeling I'm having. It's not anxiety, but it's just internal response I'm having, where I'm feeling like I can picture a kid sitting on the wall saying, "I can't play today." And everyone's like, "Oh, why can't you play today?" Because that's what people. Oh, where's your lunch? Why didn't you bring a lunch? And how do you explain that? You know, I don't want a kid to have to explain that. I think you shouldn't make it so students get extra play time because of them, but maybe let them save up over a long time. That might be a thing, Dingle. Yeah. So maybe it just becomes standard at lunch. Everyone gets to play, but that you could earn extra time where Will or Nick or I could take a student out and say, you know what, you've earned the extra time. Here's you've as Morg says, you get a star if you've got all your stuff done, or you get stickers or whatever the case is. And if you get all the stickers, then you get an extra half an hour to go play with one of the staff members or something like that. Because that's something we do already, where we'll just go grab a kid out of class and just go hang out with that one kid for a little bit, you know, just to give a change of pace. Yeah, maybe no problem, Steph. Maybe that's what we do. What do you think of that, Dingo, Morg? Is that a better idea? So don't actually, if a kid has a bad academic morning, you don't necessarily take away the lunch thing. Yeah. You think so, Seaweed? All right. Yeah, because again, we just got to think around a little bit. Because again, even now, I'm just thinking about it again, and how does that feeling of sitting on the wall, you know? Yeah, and it is a system we know already works. We're using it in other ways. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's amazing how that pull a kid out of class for half an hour, have one-on-one time to go play pool or whatever the case is. You'd be amazed what comes out of those conversations. Hire Dingle. Dingles and I have already had conversations. Dingles lives too far away. Dingo would eat all the ice cream. He's all about the ice cream parties, that guy. This is the thing. So it's funny. You made me think of something. The staff all know they're not allowed to tell me when we're having pizza parties. Like if they go somewhere and they stop for pizza, the big thing around here is to stop for Chick-fil-A or something like that when they go to like Sky Zone or one of those trampoline places. Welcome back, Steph. They know that when they bring pizza in I'm the last person that gets to know. Because I walk in and I walk out with like a whole pie and I just put it on my desk. My whole risk immersed figure just goes right to garbage. Chick-fil-A, MLA, I'm telling you, Bo. I would live in a Chick-fil-A if they would let me. Be like that guy that was hiding in the grocery store for like ever. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Mr. Shreddy. Shreddy 21. Chick-fil-A, Jim. So what do you get at Chick-fil-A? Who here's a Chick-fil-A fan? Me, MLA. Anybody else a Chick-fil-A fan? Forget about their politics. Y'all about the Chick-fil-A nuggets? See, I'm torn. Armo, yeah. I'm torn on the Chick-fil-A nugget. I love their nuggets. I just got to have that sandwich, bro. Every time, I got to have the sandwich. I walk in there and I'm like, I got to eat that sandwich. The Chick-fil-A nuggets are crazy good, but there's just something about that pickle on that sandwich. That one stinking pickle. Nom, nom, nom for sure. Get in my belly. And it's just something you just got to put like 4 pounds of mayo on that thing too. It's just so good. My wife loves the Chick-fil-A sauce. We walk in there. She walks out with pockets full. I'm like, you know you're stealing right now. She goes, I'm not. I paid for this. Yeah, you paid for 1 or 2. You have pockets full. Like walking out, it's like packets are falling onto the floor and people are looking at her funny, you know, because her pockets are so full. I'm like, she's not with me. She's on her own. Yeah, so the closest one to us is actually in Ohio. So we got to drive to Ohio to get it. Well, that's a lie. We can go to Ohio, which is about 35 minutes. Or we can drive north all the way to Lansing, which is about another 35, 40-minute drive as well. But, yeah, Chick-fil-A is not in our town, so we got to go out of our way. Chick-fil-A sauce. Love it. You'll just take the sauce. I don't know. I'm telling you, there's just something about it. It's just, I don't know how anybody else, like, how is it not, what's up, Solf?
Oh my God, he's jacked, dude.
How is it so hard that nobody else has come up with this idea of just a simple chicken sandwich? Like, it's not like it's like KFC where it has a million herbs and spices. It's simple. It's real. And they sell a bajillion of them. How you been, Solf? So if I don't know if you can see what's on the board, but the question of the day is pool table or arcade? Do I make a pool hall or do I put an arcade in? What's the question? That's the question. Now answer it. And then you got to tell me what's your favorite thing at Chick-fil-A. Question 2. Didn't think you were getting a test when you came in today, did you? Pool table? All right. We got another pool table fan. Knowing I can't have both, it's one or the other. It's either an old school arcade or pool table. Well, we could do a ping pong table. That was another part of the equation, I guess, too. Because we have pool table, we have ping pong table. Because we're adding to Rise Above. We're building a space currently at the back of our building. A 2-pack of Chick-fil-A sauce is $15 on Amazon. Buy your wife some. She might like me more. All right, let's go. All right, Ann, you think you're so good, huh? Chick-fil-A sauce. Are you serious? They actually have this stuff? Shut the front door. They do. $14.99. Look at that. Chick-fil-A sauce. Batman. Okay. Thanks for the sub, Batman.
Everything's great. Everything is awesome.
Can you guys hear that when he says that? When OG Pickle says, everything's great. Everything is awesome. Because I can hear it clear as day. I don't know if you guys can hear it, though. Wow, they have Chick-fil-A sauce. Morg meme, you may have just saved my marriage. You didn't hear it? That is so weird. I wonder why. Let me do that again. So test widgets. Let's do this. Forget the whole test widgets thing. I can just do this. Bam. Does that work? Does that work? Didn't work. Now can you hear it?
Thanks for tuning in.
Now could you hear that one? Yeah, okay. I had my desktop audio muted like a goof. On Duo screen, it's muted, that's why. Sorry. My bad. But Morg, you may have just completely made me a hero husband. Just going to throw that out there. Soph, what the heck's a baby foot? And why are you creeping me out when you say that? Is this like for real Chick-fil-A? So it is. It's by Chick-fil-A. Shut the front door. Get out of here. You totally fell myself. No, my internet friends. You read my mind. 8-ounce pack of 2. Oh my gosh. I'm going to buy this and she's not going to be able to keep her hands off me for months. It's going to be great. Table football? Yeah. I got you. Soph. So this is what, so hang on a second. This is what I want. Here, I'll keep. I did not, Batman. I must see Giant Unicorn, please. You talking about these, Soph? Adolf? Is this what you talking about, homie? Foosball? It's in Diablo's Discord. Yeah. I have one of we have one of these already. Kids love it. The tragedy of this is, and here's the rub, pool table gets in the way. So what happens to this? It gets pushed against the wall and nobody uses it. This is our crappy game room as it stands right now. This is why I don't want to do a pool table. If I do a pool table, this is going to get pushed against the wall again. I obviously need more room. That's why we're building a new room, Seaweed. But even still, a pool table needs like 25 feet by 25 feet. But so Batman, so this is the thing. So we're talking about pool table or an old school arcade room? Right? Do I go buy a bunch of old school arcades games, like legit arcade games, and make a wicked arcade? But even more room. You need all the things. I agree. Budget wasn't an issue. Okay, back to the Chick-fil-A sauce, because I'm still thinking. Like my marriage, like literally. It's for sure. Divorce is no longer a thing. I'm telling you right now, this woman's going to die with me because I bought Chick-fil-A sauce. Add to cart, sold. It's totally in my cart right now. Totally in the cart. Sorry, back to real world now. So much Chick-fil-A sauce. See, you know what? We have a huge space in the back. I would love to put a pole barn. The reality is we're putting a 20-foot by 40-foot, what's called a hoop greenhouse in this year probably. So maybe we can do like half the greenhouse be like greenhouse stuff and the other half be like this amazing game room. Find like raccoons and deer. Actually, I bet you I should show you a picture of our back. I think I've got one here.
Okay.
What the hell's going on?
Everything's great. Everything is awesome.
Celery Bear! Buddy, you at OG's playing his game, complaining about his sensitivity on his mouse, I was crying. You're like, dude, I can't play your game. It sucks. Your sensitivity's too high. But, let's do this. Let's do this. Morg Meme, are you still here? Talk to me. For those of you that didn't see...
Or you have to give one to Morg Meme now. She cashed it.
Let's go, baby.
Okay. For Morg, I can say it. Like... Okay, I learned English so that I can communicate with Morg.
Oh!
And her voice is so sweet. It just sent me to paradise.
Let's go, Morg. She's blushing. I know she's blushing. Everyone's going to be redeeming compliments now.
Celery, that was amazing, bro. That was like the perfect thing to say. That was so good. Thank you for blessing Morg Meme with that yesterday. How you doing, Celery? Easy, he says. It is when it comes to Morg. It is so easy. To give compliments, that is. Be nice, people. That's so cool that you got to hang with OG, though. I hope you guys had a blast. I forget what I was completely talking about now. Good job, Cell. It's all your fault, man. What a guy. Oh, you still in Ohio, Cell? Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, Chick-fil-A. Saving my marriage. All the Chick-fil-A sauce. Oh, you guys are going to stream again tonight? Nice. I'll make sure that we're... So everyone tune in.
Everything's great.
To root for Celery
is
Bear.
Awesome.
And I don't know if you caught it when you had your stream the other day, Celery, and with the whole fox face that you had on and stuff. But I hope your school year is going well. I know how hard school can be, having just got my degree finished a couple years ago. I hope you're having a great semester, buddy. And I'm glad to see you back in the community again, because I know you were gone for a couple of weeks there. So all the good peoples are here. So yeah, so the Chick-fil-A sauce has been ordered. Marriage has been saved. I'll have to get that taken care of. No danger. Have you been into Andy's stream lately? Andy's a good dude. So this is one of the cool things. So for those of you that don't know Andy, Andy Littleton, great guy. Check him out. That's his emote there, no danger. Check him out. Drop him a follow. Rosa is another one, and then Kelt Brenny is another one. Those three guys all live really close to each other and are actually real life friends. This guy, Riskamers, Neil, is going to get to meet all three of these guys hopefully this July. My wife and I are as part of the bank's board that I sit on. I get to do trips every year, and I'm going to get to go hang with those guys in England this summer in July. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to let them buy me a beer. It's going to be a great time to go and hang, do a little touring, and kind of see the community that those guys are in. And I've never been to England before. Have you guys been to England before? I've never had the opportunity to get out that part of the world. I've flown over it a bunch of times on my way to Europe and different places in the world that I've been. But yeah, hopefully you've never left Canada. Well, I mean, not that Canada's a small little postage stamp of a piece of property, but yeah, and that's the thing with North America. It's so vast. You literally never. A lot of people just never leave their own country, but Europe is so tiny. You drive for an hour, you're on the coast anywhere. I broke a crossing button in Canada when I broke a crossing button. What does that mean? You broke a crossing button. Like a street crossing? A crosswalk type button? Is Chick-fil-A real good? Celery, out. Revoke your subscription. Beat it. How dare you? You've never had Chick-fil-A, Celery? Okay, when OG gets back, you tell him to forget about all these crazy pizza places and whatnot that he takes people when they go to Ohio. You tell that man right now, take you to a Chick-fil-A. Yeah, I know you drove 9 hours to Pickle. You tell Pickle he's only 2.5 hours from me. South, right now. South, actually he's north. North, right now. Get over here. We will go. I will meet you in Ohio. We will go to Chick-fil-A. My goodness, child. How do you drive 9 hours and don't stop at a Chick-fil-A? Did you go through Buffalo, Celery, or did you come through the Windsor border? You've been in America twice. Did you go through Detroit when you crossed, or where'd you go? In Celery, when you go, make sure you tell them it's your first time going to a Chick-fil-A. You will get your meal for free. Every first-time visitor to Chick-fil-A gets a free meal. You want to go to Windsor? Why do you want to go to Windsor for, Steph? That's where I was born. I was born in Windsor. It probably is better in America. Well, it's probably healthier in Canada because the standards for food are higher in Canada. But you went through Buffalo. I figured you would have. Depends. It depends when you come through Toronto. Going south on the 401. Or sorry, east on the. Let me say this again. Going west on the 401 would have. Yeah, it is. It can be insane. Windsor's the best place to go snowboarding. Hang on a second. Are we talking about the same place here, Steph? Windsor, Ontario, Canada. You talking about, Steph? Ain't no snowboarding in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. You're going to tell them that every time? Well, Celery, you're morally, you have to make some decisions in life. And one of them might be not lying to the Chick-fil-A staff every time you go in saying it's your first time. Because there is a point where they're probably going to recognize your face. You might have to go to a different Chick-fil-A every time. Oh, my mustache keeps tickling my nose. It's time to shave my mustache. Yeah, there is Steph in there's snowboarding in Windsor. Windsor, Ontario, Canada. The place I was born and lived. Where? Tell me the place. What is it called? I know not. So, Celery, did you answer the question? Because I don't know that I asked you. Do I do pool tables in the new game room we're building downstairs, or an old school arcade? Pool table, ping pong table, or old school arcade? So many things to do. So many things to do. Has anyone, does anyone here follow Mao, by the way? MAOW _? Mao. Mao. You're about to get some Chick-fil-A for lunch. I will. I'll look it up, Steph. If you don't follow Mao, y'all need to go follow Mao right now. That dude is something special. I've been watching him a few weeks now. He's just a regular dude. Plays with regular dudes. Another England fella. EU type guy. But yeah, the MLA's got some wicked emotes there. Yeah, those are Mao emotes. My faves. Some of my faves. He is. He's really good. And he streams. My gosh, the guy puts the hours in. Quality stream. Check him out. He's a guy I'd love to see make it, you know. When you think of people that put time in and really do amazing things. Yeah, that guy's pretty solid. And he's good at like everything about his stream he made. That's what blows my mind. I wish I had those skills. I gotta get great people like y'all to help me out make stuff, get opinions on stuff. And speaking of which, if you haven't already gone to Discord, I've posted some stuff in Discord on the Firearms channel. If you have not looked to see what's up, kind of give me some feedback on some stuff. And stay tuned. Check in regularly on that particular one. I'm going to be putting some more sub badges and all that kind of jazz in there soon too. So we're getting close. Till 9:13, I don't think he likes that. I mean, he just doesn't. He's not PG all the time. He's a good guy, but he's not PG all the time. Well, his guests especially. Mr. Lobster is can be quite rambunctious at times. Funny as all get out, but funny at times. All right. Well, so y'all have homework. Need to be thinking. I've got probably 45 days or so to make this decision. Old school arcade or plunk the pool table back in. Fancy paint, fancy flashy lights, old school arcade, or plunk the pool table back in. And if I put the pool table back in, I'll probably put the pool table light and all that kind of jazz in there. Oh, you're a VIP in his stream? That's awesome. Make a poll? I should, but I'm lazy. I'll do it next stream. I'll put a poll up and we'll ask the question again to the folks that come in. But so and then the other half of this, I don't need any homework. Yeah, you do. Just because it's President's Day doesn't mean you ain't doing no thinking. Homework. I love that. It's one of the newer emotes. So good. Look at all the students are like, oh my gosh, like I need more freaking homework. I just need to figure this out ASAP. So anyways, let's do this. Let's pull something up here. Why am I not? Let's see if Pickle's bandwidth is strong enough. I've seen his streams. I don't know. That guy has difficulties sometimes. Why are we not? Huh. Why is it not picking up my Mao, my friend? My Mao. That's kind of a bummer. Oh, I can start a poll right here. Look at that. I can just do this. Create a new poll. Question. What's the question? What am I asking him here, Morg? MLA, I have a full whiteboard in the rooms that have, they're magnetic and everything else. In their university size. They're massive. I want to say they're 20 plus feet long. What should I put in the Rise Above or RA family room? So response number 1, pool table. Ping pong. Old school arcade. Oops, this keyboard sometimes. We don't need to do the bits thing. Subscribers, no. Duration. Ooh, I don't like the whole duration thing. Why is it only got to be 3 minutes? I don't want to be 3 minutes. I want it to be like forever. All right, we'll do it that way. Just to try it out. So why is it not showing up in the stream? Family, what am I doing wrong? Did it show? Can you guys see? Can you vote? There's the poll. Go on, vote. You can't. Unacceptable, Stephanie. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. What's up, Bert? Hello. You're just in time. Vote in the poll. Get in there and vote. What should I put? Oh, it's up there at the top. That's why I don't see it. Fantastic. Look at me. I'm learning. Easy vote. I know what my vote is. Sour, please? I may not understand fully what sour, please means. Is that like someone's emote that's just not showing up? Sour, please? Oh, it's a better TV thing. Got you. I got you. I have better emotes. It should show up, though. I allow the better emotes. Better TTV. Clear my chat. Better TTV settings. Yep. Says it allows. That's weird. So sad. Poggers. We got 6 votes so far, and I'm telling you, it's not looking so good. I'm just saying it's 100% for the old arcade. Well, 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 look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, get your last votes in, please. Get your last votes in. Do you earn an A for the day? Yes. Yes, you do. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Looks like the old school arcade for today has won with 100% of the votes. Really, that kind of threw me. Arcade for life. Nice. Thanks for voting, everyone. Do you get an A? You absolutely get an A. Old school arcade just nailed it. I didn't think it'd be that obvious. I thought it'd be a little more spread out. Well, we'll do another one in a little bit. Let's see if we can close that out. And I'm gonna end the stream there, but I'm gonna bump you guys over to the old Air Max as usual. But I appreciate you guys today. You guys were a lot of fun. Thanks for all the bits, Morg. Thanks for the subs, everyone. Who subbed today, anyways? Get in here. Dingle, Celery, Batman. Oh, Dingle gifted a sub to Steph. Am I blind? How did I miss that? Stephanie, welcome back to the gym, kiddo. And Dingle, 7 gifted subs to the channel, buddy. You rock. Thankful for you, Dingleberry McGee. Shreddy, thanks for the follow today, bud. And we had a whole crap ton of follows offline, too. I don't know what's happening out there, but people are just following like crazy when I'm not streaming. And I am blind. I cannot believe this. Dingleberry McGee, I'm thankful for you, bro. So nice. Stephanie. Don't miss leg day. You'll never get ripped if you skip leg day. Roger that. Roger that. When do you get to the gym? Right now. All right, folks. I'm going to bump you over to Air Max. Drop some Risky Merts hearts in there and let them know that I love them and that I said hi. Please and thank you. Appreciate all of you for your input today and everything you guys did. And I can't wait to see you guys next Monday. And stay tuned. I'm going to have some different guests over the next couple of weeks, including some other streamers, which is kind of fun. So I'm excited for it. Thanks. Peace.
Okay, Jude. Enjoy your day, all right?
All right, thanks, man. I will catch you soon.